Okay, well, Congresswoman, thank you so much for speaking with us today. So I know you had a conversation with the Iranian community here in the Vegas Valley. Talk about, first of all, why was it important for you to have this discussion? I know, there's a dire situation happening in the country right now, and they really want their voices heard.
Absolutely. First of all, we have such a strong Persian diaspora here in southern Nevada. Many people who still have loved ones back in Iran who don't know where they are. But more importantly, with the cutoff of the internet, with reports coming out of Iran, we have an estimate of 5,000 people who've been killed, but we know that the toll is much higher. And so it was important for me to be on the ground to listen to my community who has direct eyes and ears into the country to understand what's going on. But it was pretty clear, the United States is continuing to apply pressure in terms of sanctions, but there was a direct plea from this group of people that the United States needs to take action now.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you, so there have been reports that there is an aircraft carrier that's going towards that direction. What does that mean? I mean, does that mean there could be military action? Because I know some people in the community were asking for that today. Is that a possibility?
I mean, certainly it's a possibility. I would have to go get a briefing, a classified briefing to understand just what the posturing is. So I don't have any information into that right now. But the president has given several warnings to the regime of executing prisoners, etc. So I think that the sending of the aircraft carrier, I know there's some other small boats, F-15s, that are heading towards the region. So it's certainly continuing to apply pressure. But again, I don't have enough information. Let me just get back to you on that.
Okay, and yeah, I mean, what would you like to say to the community? Because the president has come and said, hey, if they continue the killings, we will take action. But they're wondering, why hasn't there been any action to that extent because the killings are continuing? What would you like to say to those community members?
Listen, I mean the human rights atrocities that are happening in Iran. I mean the shooting of injured people in hospitals, the blatant execution. We're hearing over and over again what is happening on the ground. The Iranian regime, the Islamic regime, is a terrorist organization. They are world's sponsor of terror across the world. And what I heard from the community here is the United States doesn't negotiate with terrorists. What is taking so long? And so the desperation, the need for immediate action was the message out of this group today. And so, I sit on the Defense Appropriations Committee. I am going to request a classified briefing today. I don't know if I'll get it today, but I'm taking the urgency with me leaving this meeting today.
What is your understanding? Because we heard from a lot of the community members here who they have leadership in mind. Is that something that U.S. government is listening to right now of who they kind of want to come in, if this regime is overthrown?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Pahlavi is what we keep hearing over and over again as sort of who people would like to see put in place. I think the most important thing, again, the United States takes very seriously any type of military action. And so that, of course, is something, sending troops into any type of armed conflict is certainly something that any member of Congress, it's the most grave decision that we make. I think the most important thing is the Iranian people want to be able to choose their leadership. And should there be action, setting up a situation for a transition so the Iranian people, just like the people in Venezuela, have the ability to determine their leadership and their democracy. And that's what the United States should be working towards.
And you were talking about there are efforts right now from the U.S. and Congress to give access to internet. So talk about the legislation that you have most recently in regards to what's happening right now and how that's supposed to help.
Yeah, I mean, as you've seen, there's been a cutoff of internet. And so basically supporting the international fund that would open up access to the internet. I'm a co-sponsor of the Freedom Act, a co-sponsor of different legislation that makes sure the United States works with international community to prevent the type of cutting off of the internet that we've seen that has made it difficult for the world to understand just what the nature of the atrocities is happening on the ground. And, you know, this is a human rights emergency, and we need to be treating it like it. And I'll just say that the Iranian people inside the country need to have the ability to determine their own government, and that's what we should be working towards. And, you know, one message I received today as well was the void, you know, Iran is sort of the funnel for Russia, for China, for North Korea. You know, all of any bad actor that wants to do harm on the United States turns to Iran. And we need to be treating them like the terrorist organization that they are, and siding with the Iranian people and making sure they just want support, and they want action now. You know, I'm not going to commit to military action at this point, but it's certainly what I heard here from my diaspora here in this community.
And just lastly, yeah, what do you take from here? Because you said you're hoping for a briefing today, but what happens next with the information you're getting from your constituents in your community?
Well, one, you know, there is a plane that potentially, you know, that has been set to deport people who have sought asylum here in the United States. I'm going to call, you know, calling for a pause in that, making sure that we are doing everything to support the Iranian people. And so, what I heard today and is a desperation, a need for immediate action. You know, the United States needs to apply maximum pressure. Another idea is, what are we doing about the children of regime leadership who are living here in the United States? So there's different actions that we can be taking, and that's what my marching orders are: the urgency and making sure we're doing everything possible to support the brave men and women of Iran who are standing up and demanding that they determine their own future.
Thank you so much.